Hello Aries and welcome to your October 2023 reading. So I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. I think that this month you're kind of going to have the processing maybe of what your full moon gave you. We know a full moon sheds the light on what is usually hidden. Okay, and so the full moon in Aries we had was pretty close. That means a big spotlight on how you bring your energy, how you're affected being an Aries even more. It's your moon. Everything that is in your unconscious, that is hidden, and that is hindering you also. So you had a glimpse of it. If you hadn't had the glimpse of it mentally, like giving you exactly the information it was, you felt it. And that's why often we'll kind of know it emotionally, we'll know it, on different levels. What it kind of showed you was your 10 of Pentacles in reverse and your Magician in reverse. So this is a feeling where I'm feeling that what I've built is slowly imploding and I don't have the power to do anything about it. That sense, that feeling was for some of you very impacted with the full moon. It wanted to show you that dynamic and why. And I think during the month of October, you will process it and be able to get rid of it. The second card that I have is the 7 of Swords with that Ace of Pentacles. And you see, you need that Ace of Pentacles to build your next cycle. You're not done. There's like another Pentacle that will create another 10 of Pentacles, another rich, long, invested, no matter how old you are, that is in that giving investment that transfers there from one generation to another, or just enriching your quality of life, your human experience here in the 3D. And you cannot see that pentacle, you cannot see that seed that the divine is trying to give you, because there's a part of you that feels completely robbed of your manifesting capacities, or not having what it takes, postponing it. But here, this is when our mental is telling us that we don't have the tools to have that pentacle, to plant it. We don't have what it takes. It affects us on a small level. Procrastinating for your next thing. Okay, I'm going to push it forward. I'll do the dishes instead of investing in the possible 10 years of my life. But sometimes it goes deeper because it's attached to beliefs. And so this is a prison in a way, okay, because it prevents you from growing. But at the end of the month, here we have the High Priestess. So the message that the moon was trying to tell you, you're going to get it this month. It's going to show you how and the why you're feeling like this. Under this, we have you, King of Wands, but with the 6 of Swords in reverse. So that means maybe something that lasted a long time ended, a period ended, it's not growing anymore, but I can't let it go. I can't turn the page on it. I can't turn the page on maybe an old karma, an old set of belief and values and all of that. There's here a difficulty taking my wand and moving because this is not comfortable, and moving myself away from the uncomfortable place. Like if I don't have any choice, because I don't have the power. But there you are, standing up, though. But that means that you have the power, but you're not doing it. Here I have the 7 of Wands in reverse. There's a bit of a giving up kind of thing. I'm letting the events drag me down. The fighter, the Aries fighter, it's like if the moon would have shown you where you're not fighting anymore. That's what the moon showed you. So if you had a hard time at the end of of last month, September, during the Aries full moon, if you had a hard time and you felt powerless and it kind of shoved you in the face all the things you gave up on, that's that energy. So, of course, as long as we have this, we cannot jump. Or if we do, it's halfway and it's to fall. We don't have faith. We still have baggage. Our wand is not aligned with the sun. It's not aligned with our aspiration, our passion, what we're meant to expand on. It's the opposite, where we haven't, purified our old baggage, and having just this little baluchon, we probably have a lot of baggage. And under that, I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So we see here the Pentacle problem. My experience here could be financial for some of you, but here it's more like my worth, my value, my inner knowing that I can accomplish anything here. That means that magician, his pentacle is not upright and his sword either. So it makes it very hard, and the cup will have a problem because I'm remaining in the choppy water. So, and the fire gave up. So here, whether it's a big aspect of your life or a small aspect of your life, this month, they're going to show it to you. And you're going to get it. Because at the end of the month, here you are. King of Sword. Oh, mastery of the mind. I understand. Here I am, a loss. And here I am mastering. There's something your soul is going to tell you, and you're going to get it. Oh my God, I see it now. And here I have the 9 of Wands with it. So the 9 of Wands can be kind of two things. At that point, we'll see when we clarify. But the 9 of Wands, he's got the experience of 9 wands. And maybe for a while, he kind of gave up into hoping that it could be anything else. But it's all the principle of what do I expect from life here? Because here I'm using my energy to protect myself and I'm on my guard. So either all of those 9 experiences are backing me up in the fact that I've survived 9 battles, bring it on. I can take another one, I know myself. Or I've been through 9 battles and I cannot deal with another one. I don't have what it takes, so I'm going to create this force field around me and remain stagnant there and expecting the worst. Can be two things. Bottom of the deck, I have the 3 of Swords in reverse. So that tells me that during this month here, we are releasing the beliefs that prevent us from reinvesting into this world in our full capacity. Let's clarify for you, Aries. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Aries for the month of October 2023. Aries. Okay. All right. Let's look at that 10 of Pentacle in reverse and the Magician. And we understand that this can be in just one area of your life, okay? We are wheels within wheels. There are multiple cycles in about different aspects of our lives that are going on at the same time. So don't view it as your whole life here. Queen of Swords, 2 of Wands in reverse. You don't see the way out. You don't see how to do things differently that you've always done things. So, because the Queen of Swords is your perception based on your truth. But here the 2 of Wands is in reverse. You can't perceive the new path. You can't perceive the new way. King of Wands and the 6 of Swords. Here I have the King of Pentacle in reverse, 3 of Pentacle in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse. For a lot of you, it's about letting go maybe an old connection that you weren't able to build or to commit to, or vice versa. But it's kind of the disappointments of something that was not able to be created and invested, that you have a hard time holding on to, but letting go. Sorry, you have a hard time letting go of. It can be many things, but the fact that we have the 2 of Cups with it, it could be an old partnership. It can be just the way that the universe is mirroring or people are mirroring you. It's not representing what you want to build, or maybe you don't even know what you want to build and what shape it's going to be. There's this, your King of Pentacle is not investing here. That's why your 10 of Pentacle is crumbling. You're not investing, you're not committing, because there's something you have a hard time letting go. It doesn't have to be a past relationship. It can be an old trauma when it comes to associations and partnerships where you feel completely powerless in them and you don't know how to connect with somebody in building something that would last a long time. Maybe you have this defeatist, powerless beliefs inside of you. Let's look at the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands in reverse. Why is it in reverse? So, of course, the 7 of Wands is sometimes a reaction, but it is, when you look at it, it is using our energy to keep ourselves up on the hill against, wands coming up. And we have to react that way because the mirrors of our lives are attacking us. And that there's a reason, deeper reason for that. Ultimately, we shouldn't need to be like this. It takes a lot of energy, but sometimes it's needed. But when it's like that, there's like, okay, I'm dropping my wand. But are you dropping your wand because you're so whole that the universe flows with you and nothing runs against you, or because you gave up? And here we have the 5 of Swords and the Queen of Cups in reverse. It's like an emotion that you have a hard time riding over, and that you're using your disappointments, your 3 of Swords. You see that guy is using 3 swords to cut the legs of his other masculine sides. So it's kind of these 3 guys. But it's like if one of them would use the disappointments of every time they tried to build something and it didn't work to discourage the 2 others. And of course that will leave a very powerless feeling when it comes to reinvesting in something else. So you might have all sorts of crazy arguments proving you right, of just letting life happen and slowly crumble because you're drowning in those old emotions. So the end of September here, the moon showed you right away your Achilles heel in a sense, and where you've given up and that you shouldn't give up. Let's look at that Ace of Pentacles, because there's a seed there waiting for you on top of your head with the Eight of Wands. But for that, I need to take my fire and bring myself to a peaceful, being in peace with what wasn't able to be built in the past, what I wasn't able to create. You know, it's like if, let's say you've started a business with a partner and it didn't work, and now you're like, I don't trust anybody, and it's not for me. I'm not even trying to do it. What they're saying is that the moment you stop putting yourself down in a powerless manner, you'll be, and that you allow yourself to actually turn the page from that chapter, not remain in its pains and its emotions. That's when things will start moving. But for that, you have to find the enthusiasm of investing yourself and bringing your fire, like rekindling that fire. Let's look at the Fool in reverse here. So this is really, I wouldn't be surprised if see, the Moon. And here we have the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups in the Moon. So in the water, we have here that lobster coming up. If you can see, there's kind of a lobster coming up. That's why it's often associated with Cancer. Cancer was represented not just by a crab, but further in the past, it was a lobster. Anyway, lobster is a bottom feeder also. It's an animal that can live very long as he changes his shell every so times. And changing your shell is changing the limits of your reality. And this is needed. Before he does that, he grows, and at one point he feels tight in his shell, and there's this discomfort, this ease within himself. His reality is too tight for how much he has grown inside. So it's kind of the same parallel. Here he will come to the surface in order to shed his shell in this principality, okay? Go within, and then he will have the fear of change, and the other one that can guide him to his transformation. Because here, it's like I have a hard time maintaining my joy of life, my gratitude towards, everything that was given to me. They're celebrating harvest and all of that, the people around me, because I'm lost in projections, old wounds. I'm projecting my old wounds in front of me. If something didn't work, then, with people with whom I connect, I might send projection, imagine things, my fears and my dreams all mixed up together. I don't know where I'm standing. So of course I cannot make a jump like that. It's like jumping into complete unknown, because I've been blurred by old wounds. And they don't have to be the last week wounds. They can be like old wounds, but that influenced and that probably created that last event. Let's look at your Queen of Pentacles. We had our Queen of Cups and we had our Queen of Pentacles that was in reverse. And all right, I think you're getting an illumination on this. And here I have the Page of Sword, and I would explain the King of Sword at the end. The Hangman upright. This is 12th house. What we're willing to sacrifice that is in our water. Pisces, 12th house is ruled by Pisces. And that is just hurting us. And like I was saying, can be memories, it can be old traumas, it can be all sorts of things, because water, well, in this case, it affects our worth and our value. It affects our capacity to know that we can create and manifest and we're enough and so on. Okay, there was here to bring you back into, I want, my soul still has things to invest. Let's look at the High Priestess. Let's look at the High Priestess. All right. She's gonna help you get rid of the anxiety that probably putted you in the Seven of Swords about the past cycle that you have a hard time letting go of. And here, King of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. So in reverse. So that means that this is really something in your past cycle that really hurt you, that brought anxiety when it comes to what's in front of me in life, and that made you put yourself on a hold. But now you're going to be like, what the heck am I doing during the month of October? King of Swords. Ooh, all right. We're addressing this. We're understanding when we're in the Five of Pentacles, we have a hard time receiving. We have a hard time receiving because we don't think we deserve it. So we'll sacrifice ourselves, sacrifice our opportunities because we don't think we deserve it. This is a very hard lesson, but here at least it's like that. So maybe at the end of the month, you're not quite in the Six of Pentacles, Aries, but at least you understand the dynamic here, because you have your whole life in front of you that can bring you so many different experiences that you can invest yourself in, but you cannot see them through the eyes of the abandoned one, the not enough one, because if not, you'll just protect yourself against it instead of creating and investing yourself into what you want to experiment. So let's look at that Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. Oh, I stop on the High Priestess. So, all right. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's all about reinvesting yourself, re-putting yourself out there, taking that pentacle and saying, yes, I'm going to build the next 10 of Pentacles. I'm not done. And I'm enough. I can participate in it. I have what it takes. An old fear, an old trauma that prevented you from truly investing in what you really wanted is going to be able to disappear. You're going to be able to turn the page on it and allow yourself to invest yourself completely. So if you had an idea of something you wanted to do, whether it is, a project or whatever it is, Ace of Pentacles can be anything. At the end of the month, you're going to feel much lighter because you're going to be like, what is preventing me from doing it? Nothing. I have what it takes. I can have it. I have experience. Yes, I went through hell, but that doesn't mean that hell is in front of me, unless I remain in my choppy waters. But I'm going to keep the wisdom of what I went through, of the harsh emotions. I'm going to take my inner feminine and my inner child, and I'm going to move myself to a new shore. I'll stop telling myself that it's not there for me and it's useless. And I'll stop being lost in translation here and fearing going forward towards happiness, having faith in happiness and celebration of life. So this is a beautiful, a kind of a rebirth, because it's a reinvesting of you. So re-choosing to engage yourself in this life, in your happiness, in your worth. That's what it is. So on that, my beautiful Aries, have an amazing month of October. And, you know, this is going to be having a beautiful impact on your life. So the fact that we're going to have Samhain at the end of the month is a good period of, if it was somebody you lost, if it was an old trauma, and that, you know, the people involved are not with us anymore, it's a very good time to rest that to peace. There's a need of putting to peace, putting to rest things. And Samhain, Halloween, is a very good time for that. When the veil is thin, we can let emotional charges die, cross over, and we can find peace with the people that were involved. So, on this, my beautiful Aries, I am sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. If you need a private reading, the website is below, very easy access. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And of course, on the new moons and the full moons, I ask the universe to give you back in the way that is suited for you, for your better path. So on this, namaste, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.